We call the Earth the blue planet because it's covered in so much water. And of all the other planets that we've discovered, we've yet to find another one of these. And if our planet wasn't blue, we wouldn't be here because life came from water. So, what are we doing to protect and preserve the cradle of life? Well, we're eating all the other life that's in it, we're throwing our garbage in it, and we're heating it up. That's not sustainable. So, to preserve and protect the oceans, it's going to take some good science communication, and generally, ocean literacy.
It turns out that the ocean contains the switch of life. And it also turns out that the ocean is changing in lockstep with climate change. So all that carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is making the ocean turn warm, breathless, and sour, the toxic trio. I think it's critically important that we understand that, because I think with knowledge comes power and the permission to act. We finally have some of the tools to start making that happen. Here we are heading into the UN Decade of the Ocean. Plus, for the first time, we have a Canadian ocean literacy strategy. It's time.
And when I was invited into this project, I thought, what do coal miners and ranchers and heavy-duty mechanics have to do with the ocean, Canada being a coastal nation? And my question to people was, what does humanity and ocean, if we could speak the same language, what would we talk about? What would we say to one another? The answers were varied and provocative, from ocean memories to plastics and politics and apologies. There was grief expressed over our use of the ocean. And I wrote everything here on these canvases. There's lyrics, there's poetry, descriptions, the use of the arts in having these hard conversations is a really powerful platform because it evokes our heart and it goes beyond academic discussion.
All along Canada's coasts, there are fishing communities, there are Indigenous communities who rely and depend on the ocean. In order to care for the ocean effectively, we need to understand the ocean, and we need to understand our relationship with the ocean. I really commend the collaborative process and the outputs of the Canadian Ocean Literacy Strategy.
Every year it's different. Like it can get warm, or it can get very cold. The water sea level has risen a little bit ever since I was 13.
Well, I've noticed that there's less beach to walk on, and there's a lot of permafrost melting. You can see here, there's a lot of erosion happening.
Those are things that I go to bed worrying about, whether or not there are going to be char in 40 or 50 years in Nunatsiavut, or what's going to happen to our caribou. And these are all linked to climate change, and so that's what really drives me to work on behalf of this issue.
I just think that kids should be very aware of climate change, and I think that we should all take it serious because we are the next generation and we could make a change in the world.